go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajapada Nagara. Haribo, Haribo.
Purchase your tracks today.
Welcome everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare.
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari, Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
SV.com.
Hare Krishna. Oops. Krishna Hare Hare.
OGEbeats.com.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. Sorry about that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna. Oh Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna, Sri Advaita, Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda. Oh my Lord, Hare Krishna, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Beats by SV.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nanda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda,
Purchase your tracks
Nityananda.
today.
Save the voice a little bit. Do some japa here. Let's do some japa together. Oh, Krishna, wow. What a path. I love a path that you just run down, blindfolded, and it works without tripping. Just run down that golden avatar's path. Never trip. The only time I tripped was when I got off the path. That was a great lesson. You can put your microphone on if you like. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Shri
Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama.
Shri Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya.
Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Chaitanya. Shri
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya.
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Oh
Rama
my
Hare
Krishna, Jai Shri.
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Jai
Hare
Jai Sri Caitanya. Jai Nityananda. Feel like I ran a marathon. Jai Jai. see why Radha and Krishna get tired on that bed of flowers.
Yeah. Exhausted.
Oh, Bhakti Tom. Yeah, come in and join there, Bhakti Tom. I'll give you I'll give you that link here. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya,
Jaya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
You just got everybody gets to see one crazy old man and one crazy young lady.
Old woman.
I could just see the ISKCON saying, "What kind of devotional service are those guys doing up there? What are they doing right before that? What is this? This is insane."
They said it already. I heard it.
You heard it? They said it already.
Old people who want some attention.
Yeah, they just want attention. Yeah. Well, it's true. Why not, man? Why not get attention? I mean, it's the Lord. Hey, what do you think? It's us? Oh, don't misunderstand, world. World of ISKCON. No, and it's not us. It's the Lord. He's like this. He just blames us. See, we get all the discredit right now, like he did. They did. They wanted to throw that kirtan of Srivas and Lord Caitanya and Nityananda. They wanted to throw that whole house into the Ganga. So we're not above our masters. If they wanted to throw the kirtan at first into the Ganga, why wouldn't they want to throw us out? It's just like master, like servant, right? We're just serving out Lord Caitanya again. It's been 550 years. I mean, Prabhupada was holding back from serving out Lord Caitanya, right? And Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Mano, they were holding out. And now it's time for dinner, time for lunch and breakfast. Okay, all you ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, a ding-a-ling, a ding-a-ling, time to feast. Only for the ding-a-lings. Prasadam bell is here. The conch is blown for this prasadam distribution. Okay. Let's see, where were we here? Process of devotional service. See, process of devotional service, chapter 22 in Madhya Lila. Just that word, process of devotional service. It's a process. You got to come into Sadhu Sangha to get processed. So there's two levels of devotional service. One is the Vaidhi level of devotional service and practice. And then Prabhupada says when devotional service becomes different, the same and different when it's devotional service in ecstasy. That's the Raganuga level. And so two types of persons can come. If you see and you feel ecstatic with the devotees and you like, wow, I found my tribe, that's what I felt when I got the association of the book Bhagavats in the Bible and also Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. And so then there's Raganuga Bhakti and so there's a process there also. See, that's why you got to empty out your ideas about, Vaidhi Bhakti or Bhakti. See, when I came to devotional service in 1980, there was only Vaidhi Bhakti being taught. And they didn't say, there's Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti, even though our books are telling about it. See? Why? Well, one reason is because only people were qualified with Vaidhi Bhakti. Therefore, they couldn't understand the principles of Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotional service. They couldn't understand these principles. Right? So there was no place for this. And then some years later, like some 20 years later, Narayan Raj came teaching, and the Radhakund Babajis started teaching what they call Raganuga Bhakti. Okay? So they were teaching the principles of the highest devotional service, but nobody that I saw was getting there. I saw a bunch of false egos still. See, Raganuga Bhakti is for people that are they just want to do it because of they just somehow or other are just very attracted to Krishna, you know, and they really want that. But when you start teaching Vaidhi Bhaktas that, and they're not through the false ego, or they're not, you know, for some reason they're not getting it, then it's just words and speculations about what it's like and everything, but nobody's getting there until this time. This, you see, this is so perfect. Prabhupada comes in 1996 when I was just spontaneously doing this, you know, just people were coming, a few people, and I'm sharing about Lord Caitanya, and people started to get ecstatic, you know, and then Prabhupada quickly appeared and said, yeah, you're doing exactly what you do. This has my full approval. Do more of this. And so that's what we're doing. But we have to go through the process too. You know, the process was shown by Lord Caitanya when he started to bring this completely new system, you know, out where it was not seen. It was hidden. You know, and matter of fact, well, it was there. It was like Madhavendra Puri, and he passed it on to a few people, you know, and it still was kind of like low key. And then Lord Caitanya picked it up, and he just spread it all over the place. Okay, but to do it, it was a process. He had to actually be committed to that and dedicated to this ecstatic worship. To the point, because people at first, they were throwing tomatoes. Navadvip was in an uproar. The Kazi was getting complaints from Vaishnavas. Just like, you know, it was no different than when Jesus was preaching. It's so funny. It's uncanny parallels. You know, when Jesus was preaching this new thing about the Holy Spirit, well, he was just hinting at it, you know. And then the religious leaders, just like when Lord Caitanya, the religious community, came to the Qazi and said, this guy is chanting the holy name out loud. You got to stop this. You're the authority here. See, just like with Jesus, the religious leaders, the Pharisees, they came right up to the Roman Pilate and said, you got to stop this person. He's teaching something that's not religious. Just like here, you got to stop this. There's something wrong with these people. This is not normal. You're right. It's not. It's abnormal. Above normal. Super normal. See, and then when you really get it and you really ground it here, people think, wow, that is normal. It's like super normal for you guys. It's so unusual. Yeah. You just kick back, relax, do devotional service. You know, you please Krishna just by communing with him. It's like, yeah, this is Vrindavan, man. You know, Krishna's my friend. Yeah, this is my service to Krishna, is just to be his friend. Can you imagine a service like that, to be the friend of, it's just like, you know, if Trump was around, say Trump is the president, right? And he just likes you. And you're the guy who gives him the best feeling, you know, when he sees you, say you're friend of Trump, and usually he's looking at people that kind of scowl at him or you know, or like, you know, kind of grave and just not really like lewd, right? Relaxed and all, just very uptight and, you know, like this. Okay. Like, oh, you're a great king, like this. And then you just have a friendly relationship with somebody. And it's like, wow, it's so nice I can be myself. I can relax. See, that's Vrindavan. That's a Vrindavan devotee. The Krishna's thinking, man, I can be relaxed with you. You accept me. You like my ecstatic presence. You know, Krishna is. Krishna is exactly what people see here. And you know, it's right, shouting it right from your Bhagavatam, people. Srimad Bhagavatam says Krishna is a personality full of raging ecstasy. We're not even getting started here. This is a drop. But boy, it seems like, whoa, that's Krishna. If you don't see raging ecstasy, you're not seeing Krishna very closely. He's more at a distance from you. See, so you just happen to receive him. That's why we're teaching the quick way, the quick trip, man. 7-Eleven. You want lucky 7, man? You want to throw the dice and always get a 7 and 11? 11 is also like a 7. 7-Eleven. Lucky. The quick trip, just come in here and you go out in Vrindavan. That's what it is. We teach the path Jesus taught. Those who believe in me, those who believe in my word, all their sins are forgiven. I experienced that, man. I was lifted up into the kingdom. I saw how God is in everything. It's true to his word. The devotees always are. See, same thing. All people have to do is see that this preaching is authorized. This is bona fide, more bona fide than anything I've seen in Vaishnavism, more powerful than I've seen anything in Vaishnavism, more summum bonum than anything I've seen in living. I'm talking about living, not just the book. It's all in the book. This is the live program. This is not, you're not sitting on the couch reading the book, man. We're in the book. This is the book. And whoever believes in this, ask Fanny, ask Amy, whoever believes in it, you like to roar? Whoever believes in this preaching, as crazy as it seems, crazy, wonderful. But look how happy we are. All your sins will be forgiven. How dare you think you're like Jesus? Well, if you're a real guru, man, and you're doing what Jesus does and Lord Nityananda did and proving it, and people are actually getting ecstatic devotion, you betcha I'm saying that. And I'm doing it because the Lord is giving me authority. Oh, and Prabhupada is giving authority, and Krishna. So all you have to do is come here, check it out, man. Show me any philosophy stronger than this, more powerful than this, more clear than this, more logical, and best of all, Lalita, right? More ecstatic than this. I'm just presenting my case before the judge of the world. Please free them all. Convince them that this is real as you're going to get. What a madman that Gaur Das is, I tell you, man. It's that easy. I'm telling you, we already proved it. Look at Fanny. She just somehow or other just believed in what we're doing. My God, Krishna's her friend. Look at Amy. She just believes. Look at her. Look at what they write, man. They write like Uttamadikaris. Like Krishna's really there. They really love devotees. They're surrendered devotees. You know, Amy wears a Gaur t-shirt of her guru and doesn't feel bad about it or ashamed. Right? I'm not going to be like, if you're ashamed of me, my Lord's going to be ashamed of you. Not with Amy. No, she's done it, man. She's done the deed. Proclaim. What do you think? Why do you think Jesus said this? He was real deal, right? And he says, you're ashamed of me? You're ashamed to open your mouth before the world? I'll be ashamed of you before the Father. Or something like that. Actually, you'll be ashamed. Because you haven't gotten over shame. Yeah. You're ashamed to be a devotee of a devotee. So how can you say you're in the book yet, right there, Lalita? If it says you must be a devotee of a devotee and you can't show that you're a devotee of a devotee, you didn't cut the mustard yet. Try again. So you got to find something. You got to be the book, man. You got to be a real disciple. Then you can become a real guru. I must have did this in another life because I just came right out. Yeah. But I feel that way with Prabhupada. I feel that way with all liberators. They are my masters forever. You have to do it. So if you haven't done that, and you don't, and the Lord isn't saying, this is my beloved son who I'm well pleased type thing, and showing the world that he's actually done it for you, and like that, and working through you, because nobody will speak like you. Right, Tom? Nobody would dare say what you would say. You think I could do this on my own? I'd be like a flute on the shelf, man. No action. That Gohari is an audacious, boasting, roaring guru. Which Vaidhi is ever going to take him serious? Yeah, that's true, man. What to do? Well, at least, Freddie, we won't be disturbed. Because, you take on all that stuff. If they, they have to prove that they are called to come to this crazy, wonderful, ecstatic preaching. They got to, you got to have some kind of, they got to get over the fish bones, like Vamsi Das. He only had 5 people he took back to Godhead. Only 5. They had to get over the fish bones. He put fish bones, and right in front of the tent, he'd be smoking beedies, and these Vaidhi Bhaktas would walk by. He would make sure he smoked 4 beedies, and they would see him, and they go, ooh, what a terrible person. Ooh, look, everybody says he's a saint. He's got fish bones around his tent. We're out of here, man. And Vamsi says, thank you. No disturbance. He had 5 intimate associates, and they just had lovely Harikatha, just like we do. We have 10 people here, and we're fine, man. We're doing good. Forget the millions of Vaishnavas. Hey, man, if 10 stay in the tent, wonderful. If 10 million come in the tent, after I throw the fish bones all over the place and speak like nobody's spoken for like in 500 years and 2,000 years, I speak like that. If you can get through the fish bones, you deserve to be in the tent, right, Lalita? Tom, right? Yeah. Because I don't want too many problems. We can have some problems, but not too many. Because we don't want our kirtan disturbed. I mean, look what Lord Caitanya did with the brahmachari. Get that renunciate out of here. He has faith that renunciation and austerity and his chanting 1 lakh is going to get him in my kirtan. Drag that guy out. Oh, you don't think he was like that, Lord Caitanya? You think that pastime in the book is like most people, most Vaishnavas read it? And Lord Caitanya had the brahmachari dragged out of his... It was action! It was dynamic! He was angry that somebody did not come the right way by surrendering to a devotee of a devotee. Get him out of here, man! He's going the tough way. They're going to make it tough. He's going to do austerities for many millions and millions of lives to get into my kirtan, or he can go the easy way and just come through Srivas, which he did, and he got in. You think it's any different now? Don't you know why not one Narayan Raj devotee is ecstatic like Lalita and Johan? Or anybody? Show me one. Because it's really authorized here what we're doing. I'm only shouting because there's a lot of earwax built up over a long time, 50 years, 500 years. This is how we scrape it out. I'm only doing this for Fanny and Amy. They like the yelling, so. Walita also. Janaki too, I think. Tom, I don't know. He's a little on the edge, maybe. He sort of likes it. What do you think? You like this screaming, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. Yeah,
Yes. Do I like the screaming? I have a lot of volumes I can arrange. I can lower the volume.
Edward, he's stepping on it. He says he also likes the screaming. You can't say we don't have wild classes. I mean, you may not agree out there, those who are come across these videos, you may not agree with this, but you can't, you gotta say that we're not boring here. And we are different. And you must see we have some big commitment to Krishna, Lord Caitanya, and the disciplic line, because we're here every day, more than all your authorities go and give class. And have people coming even. Where do you go to church multiple times a day unless it's really good? Where do you see there's a church going on here and people are actually coming and attending classes and talks and singing about Krishna round the clock? Even when some of us are sleeping, somebody's giving a class. It never stops. Because we have the real potency. It's supposed to be like that. If you got Krishna, if you got a transcendental body, man, you want to worship the Lord in this world. It's the only real life for you. What do you think Jesus was preaching so much? What do you think he meant when his disciples didn't have that potency, the transcendental potency yet? And he's preaching and preaching and preaching, and they're getting hungry because they're not really picking up like Jesus was. He says, I have food that you know not of. I have food. My food is preaching the kingdom, tasting the ecstasy of glorifying the absolute eternal truth, and distinguishing it from the illusion for the welfare of others. You see, it's always like that when deliverance is here. Can you not see that deliverance is here again? That's exactly what we're doing. I'm not holding back the highest truth and telling you a Vaidhi Bhakti truth, a Varnashram Dharma. I'm teaching the highest truth. Ecstatic love of God is the highest truth. Conclusive understanding that comes from that is the highest truth. That's Bhagavad Gita in the book. Where's the person like that? Because if you find that person, boom, your eyes have popped open, the miracle. Boom, your ears, you're not deaf anymore. Boom, you found the kingdom of God. Just stay there forever. That's right. This is transcendental entertainment, man. We come here, we're going to entertain you. I'm starting to get into this. I'm starting to let go more so the Lord can really express, not hold back some of his tunes. Sometimes a flute player, they just give you a few tunes, but the Lord wants to play, it's really, get into it. We got to make this the greatest show on earth after all. All right. Pick a verse and you can read it, Tom. So you got your book out there?
I take it from the other room.
Okay, so I'll get you do that, and we'll have Lalita read a couple of verses first. Okay.
Okay.
Chapter.
Okay.
Okay.
22. Chapter 22.
Yeah.
Verse.
Yeah. Verse.
Is it Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Caitanya
Charitamrita.
Charitamrita,
Okay.
Madhya Lila, chapter 22. Oh yeah, this is good. All right, so start with verse 10 there, whoever.
Okay, I'll come back then. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
You're welcome.
All glories to you. All glories to the Santa you produce.
Well, we got to spice it up a little bit today, you know. I don't want to be too humble. You got to be like a thunderbolt sometimes. You got to be the book, man. They got to see this guy's a book, you know. Otherwise, you should have doubts, man. Got to be. If you're not hard like a thunderbolt sometime and soft like a flower, hey, man, Krishna ain't using you yet. Not fully.
Hmm. Yeah, true. I can feel that sometimes. Boiling up.
Yeah.
The living entities, the jivas, are divided in two categories. Some are eternally liberated, and others are eternally conditioned. Those who are eternally liberated, they are always awake to Krishna consciousness, and they render transcendental loving service at the feet of Lord Krishna.
So if somebody says to you, are you a liberated soul? And you know, you can, if you're actually understanding these verses, you can have assurance. You see, because your experience is like this. If you're a liberated soul, then you're rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. We're showing people what that looks like. Okay. So that means those persons have the symptoms of worshiping Krishna like that are eternally liberated souls, like the book confirms. See? So that's very important because people don't know that. So they see people that are acting in the position as a spiritual master, a deliverer, is not like that. They're not rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. They're not showing the symptoms of doing that. Because transcendental loving service to the Lord has symptoms. Sometimes the devotee see chapter 23, life's ultimate goal, the next chapter.
Yeah.
See, next chapter. Those who are worshiping the Lord with transcendental loving service, which is called prema bhakti, see, prema bhakti. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry and choke up, they call out to the Lord because of this intimacy. It spills over. They cannot hold it back if they're actually doing it, you know, engage in it. They'd have to go off and lock the door and be behind the thing. Otherwise, they would spill over. It's so powerful, these symptoms. See, so people need to know that, because if you take shelter of a liberated soul, you'll just naturally, if you in the process of devotional service, ultimately Vaidhi Bhakti is to bring you to these kinds of devotees so you can be processed now through this, and then you naturally become a devotee of a devotee. Why wouldn't you? Weren't the 11 disciples of Jesus devotees of devotees? They were devotees of Jesus. They didn't go just say, we're devotees of God. We're devotees of Jesus Christ. He was their living guru. He was bona fide. He was blessed. He had the anointing. And my preaching is just the same lines and just expanded out so even Christians can understand. You need to be empowered. You need to be empowered to carry the line forward. Otherwise, that's why it goes like 100 or 200 years, even in the Christian thing, it becomes mundane. And the popes take it over. See, and they take it over, and it's just motivated religiosity, because they're material, they're mundane, and they take religion and they spoil it. They change the books, and this is what they. Power corrupts. When you get God's, you don't even have God's power, but you go and usurp it. You go and take the position as gurus, as authorities. That's what they did with Prabhupada and ISKCON. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. They usurped that authority and they got people to worship them. You don't tell me, you can tell me nobody gets corrupted by getting the highest, most corruptible poison? You're going to tell me that you don't get corrupted when people go, they're kissing your feet and bowing down to you and giving you all their money and time and energy, and you're not going to be corrupted if you don't have love of Krishna and you're not really authorized? That's why it's still on the mundane platform, most Vaishnavas. I don't care. They don't like it. That's the truth. But if there was one person that can see and have some, Krishna gives them some good sense, you'll see what I'm talking about is right. Come on, look at politicians. Look how many got corrupted. They're not qualified to rule over people. Look what the world is like now. They're literally doing a depopulation thing with that. I mean, this is so obvious to me. Every day I look at the news. Oh, this movie star just died. Oh, this another movie star just died. They're all young practically. Oh, this person just died. This famous person, If these famous persons are dying like one after another, can you imagine how many unfamous people are dying? We only hear about them because they're famous. And it is, so I'm just saying that's what, these people become corrupted by power and by money and by influence, and even more so in religion. That's why ultimately you have to abandon it, because it's unfavorable association in religion. You have materially motivated hypocrisies and all that stuff mixed in there. Okay? We're by good fortune, and Krishna has given us the mercy, and we say, oh, this is the value. Just to love you, man. Just to worship the Lord in ecstasy. If you don't have ecstasy and you're a spiritual master, you're in dangerous position. And that's okay, because that's been going on. People have been corrupted. This is Kali Yuga. But people can write it, man. Why not just come into the kingdom? Anybody comes here, if you're a guru or a sannyasi, you become a real guru. You'll actually deliver your disciples. Now, that's pretty good. But you got to get purified. You got to go through the process. Otherwise, you'll stay like a neophyte guru and you have neophyte disciples. You just idle your time away and idle their time. Nothing. Remember, didn't I just read a verse yesterday? It says, let's read it again. I'll have you read that there, Lalita. Here's the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I say, people think it's crazy, but it's right. It's all in here. Verse number 20. Read that.
Of the same chapter?
The same chapter.
Okay. Those who perform severe austerities and penances, those who give away all their possessions out of charity, those who are very famous for their auspicious activity, those who are engaged in meditation and mental speculation, and even those who are very expert in reciting the Vedic mantras are not able to obtain any auspicious results, although they are engaged in auspicious activities. If they do not dedicate their activities to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, so there's the two levels of devotional service again. So you can start, and that's why Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta Bhakti Vinod restarted this again on the level of Vaidhi, because that was the qualification. They're mixed. They're doing devotional service with motive, usually. They have some kind of motives.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, leave
But,
religion and etc., and just surrender unto the Lord Himself.
yeah.
Surrender.
Ultimately, but you see, you need Sheikh Shiguru to do that. And that's what we're doing here. I'm not preaching the glories of materially motivated Vaishnavism or mix, where people come to be guru because they think, I want to be guru and I want a position of that. Anytime or you're in ignorance. I don't care how well, I just needed to keep the disciplic line going. So that's why I'm taking worship. Come on, that's not clear and clean, and you're going to be corrupted. You'll start thinking that you're like you're very more intelligent than others, and all kinds of false ego problems. I seen it, man. I was in the Narayan Maharaj group. I seen these brahmacharis that were pretty humble, and then as soon as they got sannyas, oh my God, did their egos grow? I couldn't believe it. It's just like, whew. It was a great experience, because Sarvabhauma said the same thing when he was teaching Lord Caitanya. He said, why did you take sannyas? As soon as you take sannyas and you take that danda and you get worshipped, your ego, false ego, grows. Not Lord Caitanya, because he's qualified, but that's for anybody else. That's why, another reason why sannyas is forbidden in this age of Kali. Did you know that? It says this is forbidden to take sannyas. Is because your only chance of really being delivered here is if your false ego is diminished.
Yeah.
See? And people, because it's so hard to be sannyas, because of the associate, people cheat often. And I tell you, Prabhupada made sannyasis, and after a while, he wanted to just disband the whole thing when he saw the result of that, because of false egos, and they got weird. And yeah, he was thinking of disbanding it. Because it's, he just wanted to do it mainly for preaching. He said, don't think I made a different kind of sannyas, not the real, it's just for preaching. And the Narayan Maharaj did the same thing, just for kind of preaching thing. But then they start preaching the renunciation. Okay, so there's mixtures in Vaishnavism now, but we're sorting the mixtures out. Here, and to do that, you need the grace of Lord Chaitanya. You need this attachment. You need to do devotional service and attachment. And if anybody comes to this Sangha and comes through this door here, you very easily go through the processing to this stage of attachment. And we've done it already with so many people. Okay? And that's all that's required. So anybody in Vaidhi land out there, you can be elevated very quickly to this devotional service in ecstasy. You don't even have to be a prema bhakta. Devotional service is in ecstasy as you hear the glories of the Lord. You may not have the full tears and all that stuff, but you're just ecstatic, hearing from devotees and being with real devotees. That qualifies you to enter the kingdom of God. Our books teach that. You people experiencing that know that too. That's why you stay here, even though you may not be like a Lalita or Johan. You realize this is the best thing for you. And by, that'll all come. Even if it didn't come in this whole life, still you made tremendous spiritual advancement. And in your next life, for sure, you get it. You know why the next life? Because you're attracted to Krishna and Lord Caitanya, and you go to them and the greatest devotees. How can you not be purified there? Yeah. So it's all amazing. So here is the finishing work. Is there any more to that verse? I didn't read on.
Well, if they do not dedicate their activities to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is service unto the lotus feet of Satchitananda Guru,
Yeah.
the Vrindavan Prema Guru. Um,
Yeah, so they're starting, see, they're starting to practice. That's the ceremony, the rituals. But this is how you go beyond the rituals. Because now, see, our hearts are dedicated to this. We have to do this. This is our life. This is Krishna's life. He's given his life to us. Therefore, we have that kind of life. We have to ecstatically. I can't just worship out of, ritual and going through the motions. I have to worship like this. The Lord has given me his life. The love of God. That's the life of the Lord. That's his transcendental potency. He's given that to not only me, but many of you also already. We have to worship like this. It's like you have. It's like I have. You have to breathe, right? Otherwise, you die. Well, could you imagine Lalita spending one day not worshiping? This is our life. This is why the Lord's, Lord Vishvambara, his name is Vishvambara. You know what that means? The maintainer of the universe. And he said, this is in chapter 9 of the Adi Leela. He said, my name will be actualized if I can maintain the whole universe with love of Krishna, if I can fill the whole universe with love of Krishna, love of God. We're doing that already in our Sangha. The Lord, this is just as it is, man. Lord Caitanya said, if you're my real devotee, I give my body to you, and therefore you can sell it to anybody. Yeah, I gotta sell it to you. I gotta show that this is real. Not take the money from you, but sell you on it. Sell you on the transcendental product. That it's fantastic. Huh?
Advertise it. Advertise it.
We got to show that vacuums up all the dirt, man. Like a Kirby vacuum, man. Those expensive vacuums. We give the Kirby vacuums out. You come here, we'll vacuum you. We'll just vacuum all the stuff out of there, and then just spit it out to the fault finders and the atheists.
Still the substance, man.
Yeah. See, that's what's going on here. That's why everything we do is bona fide. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. Lord Caitanya said to his followers, "Oh, you come see me every year for 4 months, man. You go through great trouble to see me. I have no money to give you. I just have to give you what I have. I'll give you my transcendental body. That's my only possession that I feel it has any value in the world. So I give you you can sell it to anyone, at any price you put it on. So there's a price, the price is here. You turn your camera on, you come regularly, you make friends with the devotees. That's the price. Is that too hard? Then stay outside the tent. Go over to the Vice, stay in Vitae Land a few more lifetimes. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Out of the circle of the fish bones.
After a while, people think, well, hey, man, I don't want to be left behind. It's like that, the Christians, there's a movies out. They make movies, Left Behind. You want to go up in the rapture. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you're not going to go up in any rapture unless you come here and become raptured. We're in rapture every day, man. We're raptured by the Lord. I have to be raptured every day. Otherwise I ain't happy. They're still waiting. The Christians are waiting for the rapture, where they're taken up, up into the sky, their bodies, they think, their physical bodies, and their clothes drop on it. You see all these movies. Come on, man. That is so mundane. No, the real rapture is Krishna comes up into your awareness and you realize, oh, this is God. Oh, he's my child. He's my friend. He's my beloved. Oh, I got to maintain him. He's got to maintain me. I have to love him so he loves me. And then we get this thing going so that we grow together. You think you're growing alone? No, we're growing together. The devotee and Krishna are growing together.
Absolutely.
Ooh. So go back to verse 10.
Okay dan.
10 or 11, whichever one you didn't read.
Eleven.
Okay.
Those who are eternally liberated are always awake to Krishna consciousness, and they render transcendental loving service at the feet of Lord Krishna.
Yeah, so the feet of Lord Krishna are his pastimes and his name. See, that's his feet. Hey, that's his. Lord Brahma said, the feet of Lord, see, this is all in Bhagavatam. This is how we know these things. Lord Brahma said, the lotus feet of the Lord is his pastimes and his qualities and his name.
Yeah.
See, that's why, yeah, they awaken transcendental loving service. If you associate with his ecstatic devotees, why would they awaken transcendental loving service in you if you don't like the devotees who are rendering that service?
Yeah.
That's why it's not had. It's as simple as turning the dial, flipping the switch. The switch is this: get into the association of devotees and get purified. Go through this process here, and then you'll be engaged in that transcendental loving service forever.
That's actually what makes it so personal, because meditating on God, God, God. But if you really have those pastimes to take shelter on, that creates that deep relationship, because
Oh yeah.
he invites you to live inside and to understand all the meanings, etc. And that sharing is there, that the discovering of his deeper self is going through those pastimes. It's very, very, very
Well,
powerful.
that's why he's called the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, when I was, I was, looking at Yogananda's stuff. He's a great soul. He's he amassed many disciples, and they're very a lot of them are pretty sincere. But you know what his mantra was? His mantra was God, God, God. See, he didn't understand these intricacies. It's the same thing for him, even though he's a great person and he was spiritual for sure. And he was dedicated to the Lord and everything, but he didn't know the value of the personal qualities of the Lord, because God was good enough for him. See, and I'll tell you why, because it's very obvious to me. His own guru was a Mayavadi and personalist. And he was also a great soul. You can be, the Bhagwan subs, there's two types of great souls. One is the impersonalist, and one is the one who worships the personality of Godhead. Two great souls. But of those two, those who know the personality of Godhead is the greater path, is the greater realization and revelation, because it's a more complete understanding of the Lord. That's why Vrindavan is the greatest. It's the greatest revelation of God. Yeah. So Lord Caitanya came to promote this. We're here to promote this. That's why it takes a while for us to get rolling here, But hey, man, we're rolling. We're a force here, becoming to reckon with. People are coming. People are taking notice, and that's part of it. Is people have to see there's something really real and different and empowered here, because that's all it takes. All they have to do is really develop faith that this is real. And so that's why you've got to be super empowered to teach spontaneous devotional service. That's why Prabhupada didn't do it, and Bhaktisiddhanta didn't do it, and Bhaktivinoda didn't do it. Because it has to be the timing where you have all the ducks in a row and you have all the disciplic line behind your teaching, and Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya and all of their devotees. And we've got this. You're only looking at the tip of the iceberg here. You don't know what's backing this. Otherwise, we would not be able to pull it off. Look at you guys. You're becoming like real assistants in this fantastic mercy being bestowed, so nicely, even in this Kali Yuga, as advanced as it is. I already got reports. There's going to be quite a bit of a population. I mean, I already, I've been looking at a lot of research and a lot of stuff. At the population reduction in the next couple of years is going to blow your mind. So we're doing this now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So a big mission, big wonderful thing.
Oh, it's a huge mission. It is a huge mission.
Yeah, we can't do it. None of it. We can't do it ourselves. We have to work together like a team. The Lord loves doing like that, right? He came with all his devotees. Even Madhavendra Puri before the advent of the Lord. He had devotees. They're going around. Having Hari Katha and promoting this spontaneous worship. It's great. It's fantastic. As people see more of it, they'll see there's nothing better than this. If there was, Lord Caitanya would have preached it. He's God after all.
Yeah, of course.
All right, read on.
Yeah. So they are to be considered eternal eternal associates of Krishna. And they are eternally enjoying the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna.
Why do you think we come here every day? Because the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna is very inspiring, very motivating, man. It's more motivating than anything. And it's ever fresh. That's what its nature of devotional service is, always ever fresh. It just gets deeper. You get more. Yeah, and eternal associates. See, where the Lord is this ecstatic devotion, and He's the conclusive truth. And why would we not want to eternally associate? Once you get through the process, you got to get a little process. We got to process you. They process you, and then you become an eternal associate, and you just like, yeah, I want to associate with the ecstatic devotees and the ecstatic devotion. Yeah, I want to hear the conclusive understanding. Wow, this feeds the devotion. Okay? And then the devotion feeds the conclusive truth, because all these things, these revelations come. See? And then you preach that and taste those revelations, and then the ecstasy comes. It's just, so you're an eternal associate of the Lord. The Lord is also doing that, and his devotees in the spiritual world are doing that, and you're doing that on this earth. Oh, how novel, man. How unusual. How uncommon. It gives you uncommon behavior. Even Bhakti Vinod taught this. He said, you must find the uncommon teacher, the uncommon preceptor, as he called it.
It's a different opinion.
Yeah, different opinion, because they are so close to the Lord. They know what 99.9% of the people don't know. They know what the leaders don't know. And they might be just an ordinary carpenter.
A chosen one, yeah.
Yeah, that's why the Lord chooses them, because people, they have big false egos when they get any position. Like for me to do this, I never started out even thought I want to be guru. I never even thought of it. It never entered my mind. I just worship Krishna for happiness, from the very beginning with Jesus. I didn't even know the ramification. I just was so happy being close and relishing the verses in the Bible. And then I got the Bhagavatam, and wow, even more. And it made me ecstatic with these feelings. I mean, I didn't know anything, other than it was just made me happy. Radharani says, I don't know about the rules and regulations. I just worship Krishna for happiness. I totally related to that verse. It's like, yeah, that's all I do. I don't know, I just want to be happy. And this makes me happy to be close to these verses, to taste these verses, to taste this name, to taste the pastimes of Lord Caitanya. He was my savior. Jesus, my savior. It's just, I couldn't live without them. That's all I thought. That's for years like that. And all of a sudden somebody comes forward, like that, and says, you got to be my guru now, because, their guru kicked them out. They said, oh, you're associating with Gaur Hari Das. Get out of here. Became jealous. And then somebody else comes. And then Prabhupada comes and said, yeah, you do this. You do more of this. Stuck his finger in my face. He gave me the dunda, He said, here you go. Take this. And then Krishna comes. See? And now we're doing this. And so you have to be empowered, otherwise you can't pull it off, man. You can't. There's no way you could do. That's why nobody's done. Narayan Raj I was looking in that group for some spontaneous devotion being transmitted. I didn't see it. All I saw was, the no-show. I'm sorry, too confidential. This is Vrindavan. You cannot show this.
Not too ignorant. That was the reason.
Yeah. And then the Radhakund Babaji, same thing. They may see a tear or something, but they don't want to show. It's not supposed to show. It's too confidential. See, actually, my ex-wife left because, you're showing, that's not right. You want to make a show, See, because she was part of the no-showers, So,
she was a fan of mine for a while, until she saw me laughing like a crazy one when you were in Grimberg in Belgium, when we were on a walk, and she was watching that video, and I started to laugh like a crazy one. Do you remember?
Yeah. Right.
Oh no! Then all her faith in me was finished.
Yeah, see?
Because of that crazy laughter.
Yeah, see, lost faith in the real path.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is. It's who you believe in. She believed in those Radhakund Babajis and Narayan Raj. What I come to find out after all these years, this is the next stage. And people have to see, the bottom line is, this is what Lord Caitanya brought to the world, and we're bringing it through again. And, if you can either accept it and receive it, or it passes you by. This passed by many people when Lord Caitanya was here. They didn't associate with the ecstatic devotees. They went and did what they're doing now. They gave their own Bhagavatam classes and their own Bhagavad Gita classes, and they were Vaishnavas. But they didn't believe in the ecstatic worship of Lord Caitanya. They thought he was crazy. See? You don't hear this, but it's all in the books. And so this is just a repeat. But out of those persons, some people came. Some people changed after a while. After a while, it's like you see the elephant in the room, because a lot of people are becoming really happy, How can you become any happier than getting this mercy? It shows all over people's faces. It shows in their glorification. It shows in their heart, their it shows in the power. It shows in every way, but see, Maya, she's a snake, man. She bites you and you become unconscious, so it takes a lot of engagement. And like what we're doing is this, believe it or not, is a sacrifice that doesn't even feel like one for us. Oh, I loved sacrificing my time to come here. I love sacrificing my energy to engage in this service. Oh man, I've been
Don't
waiting
take
to
it
find.
away.
Yeah, no, hey man. And how would you like to do a sacrifice that's not like a discipline? This is what we're doing. It's not. We're out of the realm of discipline. I'm not here to discipline. What? No, my mind it makes me a disciple. It says you better get to Sadhu Sangha, otherwise I won't be happy. My mind likes to be at peace. It's finally found rest, and it gets me up in the morning. It does every. Hey man, get up, start chanting, man.
The happy prayer.
Yeah, mind gets restless because if I'm just laying there and everything, the mind starts going this way, and the mind says, "Hey man, we know where to put it, right? Get up," and I do.
It's pulling at your ears.
Yeah. So when someone leaves this, he or she stops growing. Yeah, basically. Yeah, because if it's breaking the bhakti creeper, see, breaking it. Now, some people leave and they do okay. Like I've seen some people leave, but not leave. Like some are just
Coming to suck energy here.
yeah.
I
It's
know
just,
because I see.
yeah,
But not
but
giving the credit, not giving the credit. That's the problem.
yeah. Go
So
ahead.
sometimes it's not black or white. They are broken, but there is still some connection. They are still feeling. Whoa, there is quality. So
If
it's
we
not
leave it
black or
open,
white. This leaving.
because we leave everything open, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. And yeah, so some people like they just, yeah. But basically, in general, you don't really make any advancement because when you get a taste of this advancement, where are you going to go? I mean, what other advancement would you make? What you're going to make it here? What's being taught here is very special. Where else can you learn about becoming a devotee of a devotee? Where else can you learn about serving a Vaishnava of that's empowered by Lord Caitanya? The eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya are very rare. They're not just all over the place. There are a lot of good Vaishnavas and teachers, but they're not always eternal. They're usually not eternal associates, not spontaneous. But here you got all of that, and if you give this up, then you're just where are you going to advance in some other direction? See, another direct, like my ex-wife, she advanced in austerities. She got into that. She started to do like nirjal fastings and got great faith in Vaidhi rules and regulations, but losing more faith in this. See, yeah, same thing with another devotee. Was it Mahavirya? Nice devotee. They're both, everybody, and also kind of just, you say, oh, that's foolish what we're doing. He lost faith in this. So what direction can he and others go like that? Well, you can go into Vaidhi more, like he'll probably go more in his ceremonies and stuff. But how could you actually go deeper? Because if you really did go deeper, then you would understand that this is real and this is special. This is the special mercy of Prabhupada and Lord Caitanya. That's why you have to just realize whatever you're doing and get back on track. Either in this life or another life, you have to associate with an empowered devotee on the spontaneous platform and be delivered. Otherwise, you're going in some other direction. Vaidhi, is not it. It's just a stage.
If you talk to him, you can feel that he's completely off track.
Yeah, I felt that too when he came one time back for a day, and I could see he was like he had this Brahman covering over him, kind of little. I thought, wow, this is where did he? But that's what you get. You pick it up. He always had that tendency, so he's developing that, and then he's got a Brahman friend, and this other guy. This other guy writes poetry about Radharani, and the guy's so proud. He's a disciple of Prabhupada and a yoga teacher, and but so proud, so puffed up, man. And I even said, you know, hey, why don't you come and chant with us? And one day he said, what? You don't think I'm doing sadhana? I'm doing sadhana. I'm following Prabhupada, and just really, puffed up, man. I was like,
I'm doing.
yeah, I'm doing this and giving my Bhagavad Gita classes, and he has big followings. He has this like being guru, So all these people, and they all love him too. Oh, he's so great. Okay, you can be a great Bhagavad Gita teacher, but the false ego will be there. And someday, you'll see that this is maybe, I don't know, people, who knows what they do. This is Vrindavan. This is for those who want, This is like the prayer of Jesus. Jesus saw exactly what I'm seeing here, the same kind of thing. He said, "Oh, Father, it is right that you give this understanding and this understanding to the babes, and you withhold it from the wise and the so-called intelligent." And something like that. It's paraphrased. But you hold it from those who think they're wise and everything. But you give it to the Fannies. You give it to the Amys. You give it to the Lalitas. Whoever will just receive this with an open heart, you see? And the others are too proud, And Lord Caitanya said the same thing. He says, I'm not giving this to those who are proud of their intelligence, proud of their learning. Right? We see this here. They won't come. They think they know more than this. So, it's just destiny. Yeah. Matter of fact, if anybody wants this, you got to come out of that association, because otherwise you get infected by that. What did Jesus say? Beware the leaven of the Pharisees. Pride and competition and false ego. See, think superiority. It's a leaven. It gets in you and you become proud. That's basically what happened to my ex. I'm just not trying to criticize anybody, but it's just happened to my ex-wife and Mahavirya, and also Meena. See, the pride gets in there, and then all of a sudden you get covered. You can't see the glories in this kind of preaching.
The dry pride.
Yeah. But they'll everybody benefits, and some time, it's God's timing, he's just
Yeah, it's sad. Very sad.
Yeah. Well, it's destiny. It happened when Advaita Acharya, in his preaching, some people left. And even when he was alive, and then after he passed away or passed on, passed by, people, they were false followers, and they had a different opinion. See, the real followers, they have the conclusive truth, and they remain ecstatic with Lord Caitanya's mercy. If you have the false opinion, see the speculative opinion, what do? You lose your ecstasy, you dry up. That's what happened to all those two. They took on the speculations. And so Krishnadas Kaviraj, see this chapter 12, this is all by the book, man. Everything in that book is happening here again. The false followers leave and they have a different opinion. Always, right? Mahavirya, ex-wife, Meena, different opinion, right? So therefore they dry up in the ecstasy department. We stay because we have the real opinion, and we stay juicy. We stay ecstatic. This is how this process works. You'll see anybody here, you start speculating all this stuff, you'll start to feel yourself distancing from the real devotees here. You become like a guitar string that's kind of discordant. You may really,
Yeah, you lose the love also. The love for each other. You become hard-hearted, granite-hearted, actually. Yeah. That's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think let's play the Fanny song, and I got to stop talking. I think I overdid it again.
No.
Oh, I had the music on. You should have told me.
No, it was soft, very soft.
Oh, real soft. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay.
People go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, he will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo.
It's amazing we're playing this song, huh? That we'll take that as service.
He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is take to the sweet chanting chorus. Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set. Haribo. What's the value of your life? It's devotion you don't get. Haribo. Haribo. Take the name into your heart. Take it with you when you part. Haribo. Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Yashamati Nandana, Brajaparanagara. Haribo, Haribo.